feel natural.
Now it's interesting. Now I've had this conversation with people about, when you see a picture like of someone meditating or something, like a yoga picture, like I guess a more current yoga picture, and you think, okay, it's interesting because it gives us a certain emotional response, which is, we see the picture and we feel a certain way, but then it's also funny that how that came into existence is quite fabricated, yeah. So it's like it's not really a real thing. It's the whole thing is sort of a bit of an act.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's kind of like it points to something. The Tibetans say the finger pointing to the moon is not the moon. So what they mean is it points to something, which is good, but it's not it. So it's not really like, so if I sit in meditation and I'm like, okay, and then you're like this, and then the person goes, oh, that's good, and you go, okay, and we'll go, all right, okay, I've got to do like, I'm going to get my finger a bit more like this, and it's a bit of a bullshit.
Yeah.
But I don't think this is interesting. It's more when it gets mistaken for the thing, like it points to something which is, like yoga techniques and things like that, which are useful, but then people sometimes get mistaken, and they, you see with social media and Instagram, and it becomes, that's the moon.
Yeah.
But it's not the moon.
It's not.
Exactly. And so they, like I was teaching on a YTT actually, and in Bali not long ago, and one of the girls goes, oh, my friend's doing Kundalini yoga, and she wears all the white robes, and she does her practices, and she videos her practice, and she puts her practice on social media and Instagram, yeah? And she's like, and so it's good, she's making her do her practice, and it said she's doing the practice, and people are reinforcing her doing the practice, and then I said, so she's doing the practice, but where's her mind?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you're doing it for social media,
You're doing it.
It's not switching off.
Yeah, it's like you're acting, but you're not. Your mind's not there.
Yeah.
And so then we had this discussion. I said, well, from what I've come to understand is it's not what you do, it's where your mind is. That's actually what meditation is. Like I'll talk about it on your YTT, where it's not the technique. The technique does a thing which directs the mind in a certain way, and it's the attention. It's the attention is what we're training. We're training attention.
And that's just like the little monkey on the shoulder.
Yeah.
And how can you possibly switch it off when you know that it's like...
Yeah.
Like it's the intention. What's the intention? Is the
so
intention
the intention's wrong, everything. So that's what they were saying, is that if Alan Watts said, what was it, really good? If you give the wrong man the right means work in the wrong way. So you give him the correct procedure, correct way to do something, but if his intent is wrong, everything he does will be horrible. And then if you give the right man the wrong means, it turns out well, because the person's intention is correct.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and with anything, isn't it?
Yeah, so that's definitely, we'll talk. So here we are again. So with Monica entitled Yoga in Milton. Thank you for making the time. Yeah. So I just want to, I'm coming down obviously here to do a class this evening and teach, and I think I was in a personal thing, this project as well. I guess probably the first question I'd ask you is, what made you decide to open your studio? Because obviously your studio has more of a focus at younger people, which is not common. Like you have obviously yoga studios that have maybe younger yoga and prenatal yoga and things like this, and children's yoga, but not something that is pretty much that is their dominant focus. So obviously to do that, that must have been quite a strong intent. So that would be cool.
Yeah, well, I've been teaching for about probably 10 to 11 years now.
So what were you teaching?
Yeah, so before that I was actually teaching meditation and Buddhism in primary schools. Just as a volunteer kind of thing. And I have two daughters, one who's 21 now, one who's 17.
Cool.
But at the time when I like I've been practicing yoga before I had them.
Yeah.
And then as they started to get older, I found it really hard. I did yoga with them at home and we had heaps of fun, but I wanted them to enjoy that experience with other kids.
Yeah.
So that's what kind of took me down the path of taking the yoga out to the community and offering it to children. Yeah. And then I was about 7 or 8 years on, I decided that I was sick of, just doing it as a little hobby and in halls and schools.
And you're doing it in environments that are kind of, they're not as conducive, I suppose.
Yeah, they're not conducive, and I really want to create a space where the kids walk in the door and this is their space. This is not really my studio, it's theirs. I know when I walk into our local Buddhist centre, I walk in and I immediately feel that sense of...
because the space is correct. You think if you were, going and it was in a different hall each week, or that hall was used for other things. Say you go to do it at a community hall and you can feel it's like you feel the other stuff that was there before.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about this little space. From the day I opened it, you could feel that beautiful community energy just was right here, and everybody says it when they walk in the door, and the kids feel it and they bring it with them. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
So how long have you been open here, this place?
This studio's been open for 2.5 years.
And where did you have another place before this?
No. So I was actually subcontracting to a couple of other studios and once again in schools and halls and stuff like that. And then, I just decided that I was really busy in the other studios and people were asking for more classes. So I thought, you know what, I think I didn't, it was my husband that pushed me to do it. Said, you really have to go and do this. And I was like, I was actually an accountant, working in accounting. And this was just a side thing, but I was not in that space. There was just a means to it an end. So I opened this studio, and which has been great because the timetable is pretty full because it's very age specific. It's very different to adult classes in the sense that you really have to juggle different age groups because younger ones really need a different type of learning to different age groups as they get older. Even in high school, kids in year 7 and 8 kind of don't really want to be with the kids in years 9 and 10.
I think when you're at school, it's like, I remember I was in, I think the equivalent in New Zealand, but I think I would say 15, I don't know what that would be here. And then there were some kids who were 2 years under me.
You don't want to hang out with them.
I saw them at the beach because they used to surf and they'd try and engage with me at school, and I'd be like, or like you knew someone who was, your age and was going out with a girl and it was like, whoa, or a girl who was going out with a boy and you're younger was like, whoa, that's far out.
It's very relevant. So it's good to be able to have the space to offer that timetable and spread it out a bit.
So what is the age range that you sort of deal with?
Well, I start from 3 up to 18. I do a little bit of adult stuff, but I really don't have much time for that. And I'm specially qualified in children specifically, and children with special needs as well. So I kind of do classes for 3 to 5 year olds, 5 to 8, 8 to 12, and then lower primary, upper primary, and specialised programs for different things. I've got the Lioness program, which is like a self-defense yoga program for girls, which is really empowering and really cool program. Actually, just been awarded today up at Parliament by the Premier award for that program.
Wow, cool. Very cool. So what made you that program? What made you, I guess, bring it to life?
I guess having 2 teenage daughters. My eldest daughter had a lot of issues at school in terms of self-image and bullying and things like that. And I guess it really was born from being a mother and a woman. And also having gone through that stage of life as well without much guidance and help. So my husband's in the police force as well, so he sees a bit of the darker side of society. So I was really passionate about, teaching girls that they should be able to walk through the park at night and not be worried. But they do have to have situational awareness. And they do, and it is good to give them a little bit of a toolkit to look for signs and have, options in situations that are sometimes not so favourable.
I think too there's not a huge amount, because I think, obviously you've got the self-defence stuff, but then also you've got this thing of, I was actually having this conversation not long ago with a friend about, in a weird sense, you might say here's a predator or here's someone who may be, dangerous. But then also, I think if I was a female in sort of, this era, so I'm like 39 now, and if I was a teenage, girl 20 years ago or whatever, or 25 years ago, it's also too because of the way advertising and things like that work these days, and this sort of thing of social pressures, and even like pressures from probably other males who have been conditioned through advertising to them and their parents, and then the way that they would sort of obviously treat other girls. And it's this thing of, unless you have a pretty sure sense of who you are and you are kind of trying to tap into that, it would be just like being in a bloody hurricane.
It is, absolutely.
It would be crazy. You'd never be. I was thinking like how would my mind be in that? I could never feel settled. I'd always be it'd always be someone over saying that no matter how good you are, there's always someone who's better. And so what happens is if we have this gauge of, we gauge ourselves against others constantly, which is what you do when you're a teenager, a girl might be, I'm not beautiful enough or whatever, it's just hanging. But then if it's more this thing of yourself as the gauge, and you sort of just like, I'm going to remove myself from that attitude, and I'm just going to do it myself against myself, then it's kind of like this thing of when you kind of let yourself down, it's not because of something out of your control.
Exactly. And that's why the yoga and the self-defense together work so beautifully.
It's cool, it's a good idea.
It's kind of tapping into that, that self-awareness and that self-consciousness, and also the parasympathetic nervous system, and learning how to switch that on at times when you kind of really need to make better decisions, and not feeling pressured. And a big part of the program is a lot of discussion as well. So we talk a lot about values. That's one of the main focus points of the program, is getting the girls to really get familiar with their core values.
Because most of the time you think essentially what's happening to kids these days, especially in that age group where they are, they're becoming a consumer, or they're going to consume more, and it's like this thing of there's all these parties imputing the values in to create someone who will do essentially what they want. And so unless you're really sure of your values, it's like the thing of and they talk about it in dream yoga. They talk about there's two ways to dream. Is you can just sort of be buffeted around by the dream, or you can dream the dream.
Yes, exactly.
And so most people with experience of sleeping will be dreaming the dream, or being dreamed by the dream, whereas as opposed to kind of being the one who's deciding what to do.
Exactly.
Yes,
and I guess when they know their core values, they can see when relationships probably aren't really going to work, or when there's outside influences that are not making them feel like question their values. And unless you actually understand that concept, it's really hard to recognise that. So
I think peer pressure too, especially at that age. I've even got friends who are my age and they're in relationships when it's obvious, it's not great, but they stay there because, and you can see the values are totally different, and they whinge about it to you, but it's interesting sort of looking at it externally, you go, well, why are they still there? And one of it is that because their other friends have got partners, or they don't want to be alone, or so they want to have someone there, or there's this sort of social pressure. I'm 35, so therefore I should be blah, 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 blah. And then it's the same for, I think it's the same all the way down to teenagers, like your friend's got a girlfriend or a boyfriend, and so you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, but then you keep it going even though it's wrong because everyone else got a girlfriend or a girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. We've had some huge success. We've run it from girls in year 7 right up to girls in year 12, which we're doing now. And it looks different, obviously, once again, for each age group, as to how much we can talk about openly.
Yeah, what you can talk about. It's interesting, because I've had this sort of thought for some time about, not like, maybe similar, but a completely different, that you're seeing these things emerge for girls, which is really good. But also, I guess being a guy, being a teenager, I can see there's a huge void where this thing of like a lot of teenage guys or school kids, you don't know your values. It's the same. It's really interesting. It's kind of like, I think when teenage boys do dumb things to teenage girls, it's not because they're bad.
Yeah.
It's actually because they don't know themselves, they don't know their values, and they're just acting from social pressures
and there's a lot of cultures out there.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah. It's
culture. Very embedded in some of the boys. So.
Yeah. It was interesting when I first moved from New Zealand. New Zealand has it, but here it's the Australian male culture is quite, like when I first came I was like, whoa, because in New Zealand we're a little bit more, like New Zealand's still got massive problems. It was like, oh, New Zealand's so beautiful. It's like, when I grew up, it was like, kids were getting the belt and it was, places like once were warriors, it's not, it wasn't all like, the way people make it out to be. But I would say what I have noticed moving to Australia has been, I'll try to put my finger on it, and it's like, I love surfing, but I also think the surf culture has kind of created that a little bit as well, because the surf culture has done this thing where, here's the guy going surfing and here's the girl there lying on the beach, and now, it's with women surfing, now she's out surfing with the guys, which is way better, which is slowly changing that. But I would say, it was little things. I remember like going to a restaurant and then, I don't know, it was maybe an age thing, but I'd open the door for the girl, and it was not because she can't open the door because she's weak. It was a respect thing. And then I remember seeing like this guy like walk through, open the door, and then leave the door, and then the door back. And I was like, I'd never seen that before. I remember like, it was far out, man. That was probably, I've been living here about a month. And obviously it wasn't a big deal to anyone, but to me it was just like, whoa. That's a different culture. It's quite different.
It's quite interesting, isn't it? Because like I was talking to someone about this very thing the other day, because I'm really lucky. I have an all boys class here on a Friday. There's about 14 boys in that class.
That's good, because I think that's a big one, is classes for boys.
Yeah, and they love it. I could actually fill that class up again. It wouldn't be take very much at all. And I think the good thing about that is, once again, finding their values through the yoga and meditation part of the class, and just getting to hang out and being natural around each other as well. And then a lot of conversation does come up in this space. And I think it's really important. I would love to run a similar program with boys. I
think it's definitely, if you're doing it with the girls and you feel confident with the boys, I reckon it's a huge hole.
Yeah, oh definitely. They need it just as much. And that's how you will change culture going forward, I think.
Sure.
And it might just be seem like one little step, but every little seed grows and spreads, and hopefully that's a generation of boys that will say to other boys, hey dude, that's not cool.
And I think it's interesting. I think it is, I'd agree with you, like that's kind of what made me, like I never thought I'd write a kid's book or anything like that. And then I guess the reason I did was also because, I guess this thing of a kid will become a teenager, will become an adult, and it's sort of a concept that might be in their head that may not have ended up being in their head. Like they come to some of your classes and they, start to talk about things that they wouldn't have normally talked about in their normal social sphere, and then as they get older, it's still sort of there. And like you said, like a seed, whether it's something it has this potential which wouldn't have been there if the culture had just been something different.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's very interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool opportunity for me to have that class, and there's a real mentoring thing going on there. Unlike the girls who don't really want to mix with different age groups too much, they don't mind, but it's kind of.
I think the boys are probably...
Boys are more relaxed with that.
Yeah, I think so. They're a bit more like, you have some younger boys
and
I
think the older boys actually like being the older boys.
And they tell them how it is and help them. And
and
look after them.
It's really cool. Yeah,
that's interesting. That is
so,
very true.
Yeah.
Very true. And then I think too, I remember it was not, well, it was a while ago now, but you had a lot of stuff obviously going on with the environmental things that were going on. Was it offshore? There was like a whole lot of stuff. So I mean, if you want to just give people a quick little, but obviously you were heavily involved in that and you made some pretty big changes. So just like what those things were. Yeah, well I think it's all connected to the yoga really, and the environment is really important to me. It's my church, it's my home, it's where I go to reset and re-energise, and so it's really important for me to give back to Mother Earth, I guess, because she gives so much to all of us. So I'm really passionate about creating a community that is really connected to the earth, to each other, to themselves. It's all about connection. So I've been really lucky. I've got I do a fair bit of work with an environmental organisation called Take 3 from the Sea. Which encourages people to pick up 3 bits of rubbish whenever they're out and about. It's kind of really tapping into that surfing culture again. Which is a very easy thing to do. Yeah, it is. You can chuck it up in a wetsuit and the kids love it. It's a really simple message and it's really positive, because I think at a time where there's a lot of turmoil going on in the world and uncertainty and fear and not really knowing how to fix the problem, picking up 3 bits of rubbish actually is something we can all do. It's not too big a problem. No, and you're contributing, and it doesn't seem like much, but I guess the mental health aspect of that is it's empowering and it's giving people something to build on. It's just like the little seed once again. From there they start thinking about where the rubbish comes from, they change the way that they consume, it starts the process. And the thing, I think with a lot of people, they sort of decide to put their head in the sand because they go, oh, it's such a big problem, what can I do? And I think that's the cool thing with things like Take 3 is you just do it, but it also starts to, you see, like slowly starts to change your decision making, because then you're like, okay, I took those 3 things which helped, but then how did those 3 things get there? Yeah, exactly. It does make you think about that. And then when you pick up so many straws, you don't take a straw anymore, or you don't use a single-use coffee cup and stuff like that. Because you see that that's what happens. It's not that it just disappears into magic land. Yeah, exactly. No. There is no magic land, unfortunately. No, as we tend to think. Yeah. But I and the other part of the environmental process I'm involved in is a group that I founded 2.5 years ago called Treading Lightly. And the aim of Treading Lightly is to bring communities together who are all doing things to impact on the community in a really positive way in terms of environment, mental health, food, all those things that are all connected once again, and bring it kind of all under one umbrella so we can share the love around with each other and help each other out, do some collaborations and things like that, and that's been really huge. And just recently we had the paddle outs for the opposition to drilling down at the base. That was everywhere. That was everywhere. But we were really lucky, because I don't like to do anything by half, so I thought, we'll paddle out, but what is that going to do? So we actually got a whole heap of petitions together. We went to our local council and we went and
I went up there and with some other people from Treading Lightly and presented a deputation to our council, and we were the first council in New South Wales to formally object to drilling in the Great Australian Bight, which meant that they wrote to federal and state governments and asked them to be, that we become key stakeholders in the decision process, and have written to all coastal councils on the New South Wales coast to do the same.
Yeah, so because I remember that was, so that, the thing is you took that further, but the thing is because it's something you got to change at a level above, which changed another level, which changed another level, and then that's, so what's, from now, is that actually...
They're still in the decision process.
Yeah, I was wondering if it's still...
So I think we're expecting a decision any day from NOPSEMA, who are the offshore drilling regulators, so yeah, we're crossing our fingers that's made some difference. And
hopefully.
We've got lots of cool projects coming. We've just incorporated Treading Lightly, and we've got some music festivals coming and a whole heap of other really cool things. So
if people want to sort of follow what's going on or see, some music festivals and things like that, where can they find you?
At the moment, we're in the process of developing a website. We're going to open up membership opportunities that give people discounts to those sort of events. But at the moment, we're just on Facebook under Treading Lightly Inc. For short for Incorporated. Watch that space, because once we get a few things, we've got our logo and stuff happening right now as we speak. Once we get all that launched, we'll be
So now what I'll do after this is I'll link it all in, so at least then people have got sort of a connection to there from when we do put the podcast up, and I'll have sort of like little links to Instagram and Facebook and all that sort of stuff. Awesome, thanks heaps for your time. Monica has to teach a class. It's 12 minutes too. Thank you for your time. Yeah, very good.
Cool, thank you Ben for
there we go.
finding out everyone's stories. It's pretty cool.
We'll see.
Sharing.